Welcome to Aviator Guide. Today we will learn about density altitude. So what is density altitude? Density altitude is the vertical distance above sea level in the standard atmosphere at which a given density is to be found. The density of air has significant effects on the aircraft's performance because as air becomes less dense, it reduces power because the engine takes in less air. Thrust because a propeller is less efficient in thin air. Lift because the thin air exerts less force on the airfoils. Density altitude is pressure altitude corrected for non-standard temperature. As the density of the air increases, lower density altitude, aircraft performance increases, and conversely. As air density decreases, higher density altitude, aircraft performance decreases. A decrease in air density means a high density altitude. An increase in air density means a lower density altitude. Density altitude is used in calculating aircraft performance because under standard atmospheric conditions, air at each level in the atmosphere not only has a specific density, its pressure altitude and density altitude identify the same level. The computation of density altitude involves consideration of pressure altitude, and temperature. Since aircraft performance data at any level is based upon air density, under standard day conditions, such performance data apply to air density levels that may not be identical with altimeter indications. Under conditions higher or lower than standard, these levels cannot be determined directly from the altimeter. Density altitude is determined by first finding pressure altitude, and then correcting this altitude for non-standard temperature variations. Since density varies directly with pressure, and inversely with temperature, a given pressure altitude may exist for a wide range of temperature by allowing the density to vary. However, a known density occurs for any one temperature and pressure altitude. The density of the air has a pronounced effect on aircraft and engine performance, regardless of the actual altitude at which the aircraft is operating. It will perform as though it were operating at an altitude equal to the existing density altitude. Thanks for watching. Do share and subscribe to see more content.